Hey, how's it going? I am the Sanguiem, and welcome back to Satisfactory. So last episode, we made this here fuel plant so that we have a nice big chunk of power we can use to power the upcoming big factories. And since the last episode, I've actually added 8 more fuel generators here because the silos here, the water towers, fuel towers, whatever you want to call them. Industrial fluid buffers have gotten filled, and they're still full, even with all of these fuel generators. I did the math, I was able to figure it out. I have 20 fuel generators here, but given how much fuel is being produced, I could have double this. I could have 40 fuel generators here, supposedly, and it should be fine. And I suppose at some point in the future we could try that. Maybe I could extend this a decent bit, but I think this is fine for now. Plus, I mean, these fuel generators aren't exactly very cheap, especially in bulk. So we'll hold off for a little bit. And I bet you're wondering what I'm standing in. I made a nice little tower that you could walk up in and hang out, and I put a little craft bench here, which you can't normally put these up here. I had to do some foundation tomfoolery to get this thing to place here. And I got this outer corner roof. That's right, between episodes I went ahead and bought that roof pack, and while I was at it I also bought this hypertube floor hole, which altogether cost 5 tickets. I wanted the floor hole because look at that, I have integrated the hypertube into the floor here, so if I want to head back to the main hub, I can kind of just hop in here. Oh, and one other thing I did was I added some storage stuff, because why not? You know what? We're making all this power, why not store it? I don't know. Always good to have these, I guess. And you'll notice here that I did, in fact, finish decorating the exterior of this. It's got the pillars and everything, so it looks nice. And that's kind of why I'm hesitant to extend it, because I would have to remove these pillars and kind of put them in new places, and I don't want to do that. That's so much work. I've already put so much time and effort into this build that, I don't know. I'm done for now. Oh, and I guess I can also mention I painted these pipes black because they hold oil. I figured, you know what, in the future I should start color coding my pipes so that you know what's in them. And oil, black. And I might as well leave the fuel pipes orange because fuel is orange. Now, you know, it is possible to put power shards in here. I suppose instead of extending this platform, I could just make a bunch of power shards and just increase the power generation. I could try that. In fact, I think that might actually be better than making a ton more fuel generators. I'll have to think about it and look into it. I will say this though, I have a much larger margin of space to work with when it comes to power. So that's nice. It's not just using up like half the grid, it's using up more like a quarter, maybe even less. And let's talk about one final thing before we get on to what I'm doing today, and that is the MAM. I found another hard drive whilst going back and forth between the original power plant and the current hub. I ended up finding a hard drive. Where was it? Up here. It was this one. Needed a statter, so I put it in here, and I'm getting a bunch of repeat recipes here. And I guess in the grand scheme of things, it would be nice to have maybe encased industrial pipe. So I'll just go ahead and select that. Alright. Whoa. Let's head out of here. I haven't had a chance to run a power line from that power plant all the way up to the main base yet. I kind of want to hold off until later, mainly because I just don't feel like it. Home sweet home, here we are. And on the ride here, I went ahead and made a nice little list on the right. Might as well get a train station to put in wherever we're going to build our first factory. Oh, hey, and take a look at this. Got lots of motors now. I think I mentioned in the last episode I decided to make a assembler make all the motors back at the old hub, so that's been happening in the background, and now I won't need to craft another motor for a while. I also went ahead and finally set up a manufacturer to make computers back at the oil refinery area, so now we have computers being made in the background, although it's not nearly as efficient as I would like. Alright, so to do what we want to do, we're going to need to take this train power, and it's already plugged in! I forgot to turn it back off. Well, good thing that has no consequence on our power situation. Alright then. In that case, let's, Hey, friendo, what's going on here, buddy? How about you get out of here? You can't? Yeah, get out of here. Alright, so we gotta figure out where we're gonna put our first factory. And honestly, I do kind of want to put it in the grasslands. It'd be nice to visit there, you know? It's been a while. I think we should at least head over there and set up a something or other, like a train station at least, so that, you know, if we ever get stuck at one place or the other, we can just call the train over automatically. That would be nice. Oh, and then on another note, it looks like they finally fixed the train not getting gas problems. So that's nice. Oh yeah, and this part of this track wasn't built during that uncut megasode, so I'll be not cutting out this ride. You guys should see the rest of the track. It's a little overdue, actually. But yeah, as you can see, we just passed the regional hub. Now, I don't know if there's actually any consequence to rails being really close to each other. Like if the trains can like clip each other and knock each other off the tracks. I don't know if that's a thing. If it is, I'm gonna have to redo a lot of this track. And we're coming up on a fancy looking turn here. I kind of want to put a bunch of track down in the north, but I haven't gotten around to it yet. But I got like 2 spots available for it. Here's a nice little roundabout. Going all around. And then over here is the cave that leads to the, what would be the Site Z. As I'm definitely going to put a factory in this cave. Like, absolutely. It's a great place for a factory. Yep, here it is. There's the uranium node. I can't wait till we mess with uranium stuff. But yeah, then the tracks come out here. And originally I had tracks going that direction to the left, and I kind of just gave up. Here we are, the grasslands. We just went from all the way up here, all around to here. Now the question is, where do we put the actual site? And I'm wondering if I should maybe do it around here. Let me see what this butte-looking thing is. Although this is a pretty nice, big, open, flat spot right here. Yeah, that's probably it over there. I suppose it wouldn't be impossible to just have a very large elevated thing here. There's no nodes around this rock, so I could do kind of what I did with the power plant and just, you know, put it up on big pillars. Surely there's a height limit where this gas can't affect you anymore. Like, surely. Like, they wouldn't make it just... Like, where's the safe height? We're gonna start from here. Okay, that works. How about here? Okay, here definitely doesn't work. Now, I'm having trouble. Like, was it here? Was this safe? This is safe. Okay. So this should be the bottom of the factory. Which, you know me, I think it would be kind of cool to use frame foundations at this height. Huh? Okay. So it looks like it's not even. So in that case, maybe do one of these. Yeah, let's just make it a little higher. Alright, so listen up. I think I'm going to try and make some sort of foundation here. We'll see what I come up with. But yeah, I'll be right back. I'm going to experiment for a little bit. This could take a while. I went from field to field with building in it. So, keep that in mind, editing Andrew, okay? You better keep that in mind. You better make sure you remember, editing Andrew, that this is how it works around here. I tell you what to edit, and you edit for me. Does that make myself clear? I bet I do. I bet I do. I bet I do make myself clear. I have a massive headache. I'm sorry. I'm crazy when I have a headache. Most people feel sluggish and don't want to do anything, and I feel like that too. But in this particular instance, I just want to yell at people. Am I a bad person? I don't think I'm a bad person. Alright. I've made a building. It's been made now. There's a building. And it's right behind me. Take a look at this. Oh yes, this is not done, like, at all. Not even close. But it's something. It's a start. You got a little building here, you got a big building here, and you got a little something over there. And we got, like, tracks all connected to it. Look at this fancy curve. Got a radio tower here that we're going to use to figure out all the stuff and things. Right now it's turned off, so we ain't seeing anything. But, you know, it's here. And we got some plates and biofuel and concrete being made in the background. You know, just for extra stuff if I run out of it and I don't feel like going all the way back to base. But yeah, let's take a look at the rails. Yeah, we got a roundabout in here. So if you go in, you can easily go back out. Or you can go around and go that way, or come this way and go out that way. And there's a train station over here. And you can either return to the roundabout, or you can just leave that way. And you can see that the rock covered in gas has been contained, but you can still smell it. So that's fantastic. The track goes out here and connects up with this one. It's a one-way track, so trains are only ever going to go one way here. There is a frame, a set of frame foundations here to hold belts and piping and all that underneath of here. Because a lot of the machines are going to be on this top floor here. This is all just for train stuff and shipping and all that. Which you're going to find it might become a theme amongst the factories to have shipping on the bottom floor and all the actual production on the top floor. You'll notice we have a bit of a staircase here going up. And there's also a set of double doors over here that won't close for some reason. I don't know what's up with that. But yeah, you can see that there is a little space here. You got some conveyor holes here in the floor so that we can have some logistics underneath the ground. Well, what's going on up here is we have a second train station. Wow, surprise! There's a train station here. And it's a one-way. It's like a more of a back and forth monorail type thing than a full train system. And it can hold 2 freight carts worth of things. It's got a train on the back too, so it can go back and forth. And here's the platform that's going to be holding the train tracks. I'm not 100% sold on this. I'm thinking this is just going to be what the beginning looks like, and then you space out the pillars. But I don't know, it looks kind of neat. Now, there's actually another train station over here, I guess called Venray. I didn't name it that. It just came with that name. And I figured we could have the train go from here and over here, and we can have a bunch of steel stuff being made over here, because I'm pretty sure that there's a coal node over here, and there's a coal node over here too, and we could probably just take it over here and make steel, have like a little steel plant to make, to just make the ingots, you know, and then fill this train station full of ingots and ship it over. Or we could just straight up make the steel stuff over there and then ship the steel stuff over. Now I bet you're wondering, what exactly should be made at this factory? Are we just going to make everything here? And to that I say no, we're not. But I did figure out what all we are going to be making here. And it's all this. We got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14 items that are going to be made here. And only these 14. Like, you'll notice there are no modular frames here, or heavy modular frames, or AI limiters, or any of that stuff. We're not making it here. This is a basic factory. This is your basic bitch factory that makes all your basic bitch things. You got your plates, your rods, your screws, your copper wire, your copper sheets, your cable, your concrete, your reinforced iron plates, your steel beams, your encased industrial beams, your steel pipes, your rotors, your strators, and your quick wire. And I figured we can make like the steel beams, encased beams, and steel pipes, and maybe even the stators all over yonder, and just ship them here to be shipped elsewhere. Meanwhile, the rest of the stuff can be made up on the second floor. Or maybe we just ship the steel beams over here, and I don't know. I don't know, that's the thing. That's the thing, is that I don't know. This is kind of as far as I've gotten. We gotta figure out what kind of machines we're dealing with, what kind of nodes we're dealing with, because we can only make as many materials and machines as we have the resources to process the stuff. Oh, sorry, I almost forgot. There, sir! This is private property, get out of here. We have this little path here that goes up into here. Got a nice little skylight here. And I figured we'd just throw a bunch of smelteries or something in here. Maybe refineries, because sometimes we could just barely fit a refinery in here, so I don't know, maybe. Maybe we could do refineries and have little smokestacks sticking out the ceiling. That'd be kind of cool. Plus, you can sink these into the ground. There's space under here, too, and double doors that actually do work. I don't know, we'll see. It took multiple days to build this, by the way. Just because it's not just slapping everything down, it's planning it. Plus the tracks take a while to place from time to time. Which is why I haven't made the tracks go into this other area yet, because I'm not sure what I'm doing. I never know what I'm doing. Let's turn this on. Alright, we're going to pretend that these are not claimed. And figure out what we're doing. So, first of all, here's a pure coal node. Pure coal. And here's another pure coal node. This leaves us with a lot of options. I think we should use 100% of the coal. It's a pure node. Now, let's have a look at this. This is a normal iron node with a Mark 1 miner on it. It gives you 60 iron ore per minute, because it's a normal one. Now, this over here is an impure node. And a Mark 1 miner gives us only 30 per minute. I believe a Mark 2 miner might double that, I think. Let me have a look. The normal extraction rate is 120. Yeah, which means it might be 60 if it's on a impure node, and 240 per minute if it's on a pure node. Now, since there's only 2 coal nodes, we should probably try to maximize our output by doing 2 of those big miners on them. Yeah, the more I think about it, the more I think we should start with the steel production so that anything we have left, we can just ship over here. Just get a super efficient steel factory. And don't even get me started on parts production. Like, if we go to steel ingot, there's like 3 different recipes for this stuff. This makes 60 per minute, but you gotta smelt your ingots first. Here's the thing about this area is there's not actually a lot of water around here. Unless you bring water from over here, all the way over here. I think this pond is all that we get, and I don't think it's a very big pond. Let me go take a look at it. Yeah, this is the pond in question. We're missing some rotors, but hey, we could fit like a solid 4 water extractors in there if we had to. If we're gonna do water stuff, we ought to do like what we did in the storage area and do a water tower on the roof. Which means we gotta plan out where everything's gonna go and then build up the roof and put some water towers up there. This is gonna involve a lot of math, and it's a math that I don't really want to do. I guess we should start with, here, let's go visit the steel site. Like, maybe we should go over here first and use it as a testing ground, because, you know, it'll be something smaller we can work with versus this massive building. So let's come over here and look. You can already see this train station from here. See that pit down there? I remember this pit. This used to be the site of the original Site A in another world. I suppose we could put it in there. Bit of an homage. I seem to remember there being a much larger creature in this pit, but I guess it got replaced by a much smaller, more feeble creature. Alright, we got this 11 by 9 foundation here. We'll go ahead and surround the foundation with these here walls. If it'll let me. Okay, we got a foundation here. So, what next? Well, how tall is a refinery? Let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. About 6 tall if you don't include that little bit there on the ceiling. This might actually be a bit much now that I'm thinking about it, but it's, you know what, it's probably fine. Although I am out of plates now. Ah, jeez. Now, not only do I have plates being made over there, but I had the foresight to stuff this train full of materials. Like, look at all these plates. Plenty of plates. How much concrete do I have? Not a lot, so I will stock up. There's even batteries in here, which I'm not sure what I'm going to use that for. I should probably just remove it from the train. I think I just put it in there because I had it. I'm suddenly reminded of something. Isn't there, like, a crash pod over here somewhere? Yeah, I thought there was. It was, like, in this pond or something. No, it was next to the pond. Needs 40 megawatts. Okay. It's all good. Scan that, please. Thank you. Motor. Ooh. Nice little something that can work in the background while we make stuff. Hello. Now, I just realized there is water here. So we probably could do water-based stuff over there if we use the refineries. Now, I don't think we'll need any manufacturers or anything like that. So, assemblers, constructors, and even packagers if for some reason we need it. We should all fit. However, the refineries definitely cut through, which is why they would have to be on the first, like, on like the lower floor here. Which I think we can handle that. And I kind of want them to be in a section of the building that doesn't have a second floor. Like, maybe only this side has a second floor and this side has, like, just the first floor. Now, there's something else I want to mess with as well. Like, wouldn't it be nice if that, the first floor over there is, like, a little bit higher up than this one? Like, we could have the refineries just on the floor, and send stuff under this from the side. You know what? I don't think it makes a lot of sense if I explain it like that. Let me make it first. There we go. And you have like the asphalt foundation here, and you got this normal foundation here. It's a little bit lifted. Alright, we got something here. We got something planned. Let's just have an opening here. I'm telling you, man, this takes me back. All the nostalgia of building here again. Let's see. We could do this one of a couple ways. Either we put the platform right here, like this is the reason I... Oh, wow, it's not even wide enough. Oh. Huh. Okay. Okay, I see. I see how it is. 4 isn't good enough for you, is it? I suppose we could extend this entire side over here. Oh, the mam's done. And I don't know, I don't like this as much, but, gotta do what you gotta do for your factory. There we go. Okay, it's a little bit bigger now. Okay, so what do y'all think? Is this a good, start for a steel factory? Yeah? You get a good view of it from here. Alright, I gotta go back to base, though, and get fuel. That's one thing I do not have on that train, is extra fuel. So I gotta walk all the way back. But before I do that, why don't we take a look at that hard drive? Yeah, biocoal, fine. Yeah, I'm seeing a lot of similar things now. There must not be a lot left. Get fine concrete. I guess that's okay. Alright, I'm gonna go get more fuel, and I'm gonna start something for the steel factory, so be right back. Alright, I'm back. This took several hours. Like, several. I think it's been about 7 hours, maybe, of work, but take a look at this. I got a bridge here. It's not fully done. I want to get all the supports in and stuff, but right now that's the least of my concerns. What matters is there's actually a bridge here, and you'll notice that there's actually stuff coming through this buffer here. Steel stuff and some concrete. Why don't we take a look at this steel factory, huh? We'll turn on self-driving and take a look at this beautiful bridge. Now, this doesn't touch the ground at all. This is 100% artificial. Oh, and there's some radiation over there on that rock. We can just ignore that. So there it is. There's that big, beautiful steel factory making all the steel things that we had to have. You can see that it doesn't actually give much. It makes me wonder if I should shorten this, but I don't know. I think it looks kind of cool having 2 carts instead of 1. Just makes it look nice. I don't know if there's any repercussions for that, like if it's like a weight problem, makes it use up more power, but I don't care. It looks cool. Now, there's a lot going on here, like a lot. And yeah, you know what? Let's start with the first floor. So here's the first floor. We've got several machines here, and I've decided to use signs on some of them to tell you how much they use and everything. Like here we got the concrete being made out of this. It makes 80 per minute, so yeah, you're gonna get 80 concrete coming out of there per minute. And that one over there is 65 iron ingots per minute. And you got 80 per minute, 65 per minute. Now, I got mathematical with this. Now, the rates of this factory aren't exactly great, but they are maximized. Like, every single bit of iron and concrete that comes from these 4 refineries are used. Like, there's no bottlenecks. That is, to my knowledge. I mean, I did all the math. This should be maximum efficiency, but Who said I was good at math? Me, a computer scientist. Good at math? No, never. But yeah, the concrete goes over to the encased industrial beam machines, and overflow goes up there, which I have calculated the overflow to be 115.6 concrete per minute. So there should be that much concrete going up this belt per minute. And despite all the steel being made, we only have 8.88 encased iron beams per minute and 12.3 statters per minute. And again, I'm using everything. Like, apparently it uses a lot more steel than I think it does to make beams. Over here it says that we have 195 steel ingots being made per minute. Now, that's not a very good number, because a normal foundry makes 60 per minute. Well, that's 180 per minute for these three, so one of them's got to make 15 per minute, and it's producing stuff at a fourth of the speed. So this is going very slow, but if it goes any faster, it'll start using all of the coal and iron ingots, and then we'll have a bottleneck, and these three machines won't be getting as much supplies. And then from here, it goes over here, and you get your beams, which have power shards in here so I can overclock them. And unfortunately, because I need machines to make steel pipes as well, I only have 2 machines making steel beams. So yeah, that's unfortunate. But yeah, we got the steel pipes, and then both the steel pipes and steel beams from these 4 machines get put into these 4 assemblers to make the statters and the encased industrial beams. The copper wire is being made over here, which I am able to have 2 inputs of copper coming in, and I have 2 underclocked smelteries and 2 well overclocked constructors, so that I can make as much wire as needed. Everything on this floor that's being made is just these 3 things. Now slow your roll. I know what you're already thinking. You're thinking, well, Andrew, all of this is making like the slightly more complex steel parts out of like your beams and pipes, but you don't have any beams and pipes being made. Well, let's go take a look at the 3rd floor, which makes 33.75 steel beams per minute and 40 steel pipes per minute. So let's have a look up here. We've once again got the refineries here making 65 ingots per minute. And essentially, we end up with the same numbers we do on the 1st floor when it comes to iron and coal. So think of it as we're taking the same number of materials that we start with on the 1st floor, but instead of using it to further process the steel, we're just making the steel components that are like steel beams and pipes and just keeping them that way. We're not upgrading them to encased beams or statters. And it looks like the water kind of bounces around this area here. You get just enough water. In fact, I think you get slightly more water than you use, but it rises so slowly that it's very hard to tell that it's rising at all. But anyway, yeah, the water comes from over there. Both of those machines are overclocked, by the way, because a normal extractor extracts 120 cubic meters of water per minute. Well, I need 140 for all of these machines, so yeah, both of them are overclocked to produce 140 cubic meters of water per minute. So yeah, what do you guys think? It needs a little bit more aesthetic work. Like, if you take a look here, you can see there's windows on the 3rd floor, but not the 2nd or 1st floor, and it looks really bland on this side because of it. But yeah, I think it looks pretty nice. Oh, and I guess I should mention, all of the materials converge here and get put into this buffer, which gets put into these freight platforms. and anything that's overflow goes into here. But I haven't actually had a... Ooh, 13, I'll take that. I haven't actually had a need for it to be overflowing yet. I don't think it ever will overflow. It's just there just in case something happens, you know? So what do you say we hop in here and go back to the actual Site A for a moment? As previously mentioned, everything gets unloaded into here and then taken away, goes up into these rafters here, and goes down into this. Now, funny thing about this is there's a lot here, and it's all got to go somewhere. I've actually got some in here already, but what do you say we turn on self-driving for a minute and just have everything get shoveled in here? I'm debating whether or not I should make 2 freight platforms instead of 1, but I'm not really sure yet because I don't know exactly how much space is needed, but we'll think about it on another time. Alright, we're about to witness something incredible. But look at that. Now all of that's going to be sorted into the system. Oh, I'm happy. I'm happy about this. Now real quick, let me look at what we have here for 13 tickets. I've put a couple more things in here. I kind of want these 2 things. It's going to be some time before I can grab some more tickets. I kind of want to save it for this glass roof because I'm getting sick of having the same type of roof. And I've tried, like you've seen, I've tried incorporating some kind of sky roof using the glass frame foundation. Personally, I think it looks okay, but I don't know. I don't really like it too much. I kind of just want something different. Oh, you know what? While we wait, there is something else I wanted to mention. Take a look at the power grid that this train's attached to. It's got 3,000 megawatts available. And you want to know why? See this line right here? That goes all the way out to the power plant. So that's nice. Now we actually got that going. It's connected only to the trains here. If I was to throw the switch, though, on the 3rd floor, connecting the hub's power grid to the trains, suddenly the hub would share its power grid with the fuel generators. So I mean, I suppose that is nice in theory, but we don't really want that. We kind of want the hub to be on its own, because we want to make sure that this hub can always function outside of the main power grid in case if anything weird happens that makes the whole thing shut down. Like, we know that the hub is self-sufficient enough to keep syncing items in the system and cycling everything through storage and all that, you know what I mean? And allowing us to traverse the floors in case of an emergency, so we can flip the hypertube switch. But hey, I think that's gonna do it for this episode. Now, I do wish I could get to this factory here, like the main one, but it took so long to do the steel factory that I just don't have any time left. Bam. We just knocked 5 things off the list. We have more than 5 things left to do now. Yay. Fortunately, this is a much bigger factory than the steel factory, and if we have to, we can make it 3 floors instead of 2. And then we can start moving the hub to the storage facility, and yeah, basically completely change base to the new base. That's nice. I'm looking forward to that. Oh, and in other news, we've recently reached 100 hours of play, so I'm officially 100 hours into this world of Satisfactory. Wow, you really can achieve a lot in 100 hours. You could probably achieve more if you were smart, unlike me. So thank you very much for watching. If you like what you saw, consider subscribing, and remember, the Wasteland is watching. See ya. Bull? Can I interest you? Can I interest you in this fine bowl? No? What do you mean, no? I'm offering you a bowl and you're just gonna say no? Alright, sir, if that's how you really feel, then fine. I won't give you this fine bowl for free. I ask nothing in return but the satisfaction of giving you this bowl, and you can't even grant me that. You can't. Now, wow. You know what? Fine. I'm gonna put this bowl away. And you're never gonna see it again. How does that make you feel, huh? 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 To know that you're never gonna see that fine bowl ever again in your life. I bet you're devastated. I bet you're already regretting your decision. You don't even know the magnitude of a mistake you've just made, rejecting my bowl. I pity you, really. I pity you. It's so sad to see someone make such a huge mistake that they can never take back. Like, you can't fix this. This is something that's just unfixable. And if you're not wondering why you're so wrong, then you're just clouded in ignorance. Oh, okay, we're here. Should I leave any of that in? My improv skills leave much to be desired. Maybe Alright, Andrew, I'll leave it up to you if you want to leave it in.